Hey everybody, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be checking out the Andersen Rapid Hitch aluminum adjustable ball mount. This particular ball mount that we're looking at today has a total drop of 5.5 inches. So if you were to put it on the lowest setting, that's how far down it'll go. If you were to flip it around and put it this way, it'll have a rise, maximum rise of 6.5 inches. But if your vehicle, requires one that has more of a drop, less of a drop, whatever the case may be, there's several different varieties of this that will accommodate your specific needs. But with that said, this particular ball mount is going to be about spot on for most of the standard, pickup trucks and big SUVs out on the road today. So, generally speaking, if your receiver tube height is in between 20 and 24 inches, this will cover most of your vehicles and trailers out there. But to figure out exactly if you need one with less of a drop, more of a drop, whatever the case may be, it's pretty easy to figure out. Preferably if you can back up your vehicle to the trailer you're going to be pulling on somewhat level ground as you can, and position the trailer, towing it away how you like to tow. So a good safe bet is have it level. And if your trailer tows a little bit better, so for example, if I'm pulling a boat, I know this truck pulls a little bit better with the trailer higher, makes it a little easier to launch. But having it level is a pretty safe bet. But you can measure from the ground to the bottom edge of the coupler. So in this case, it's about 18.5 inches. And then if you measure our hitch height, so that to the top of the receiver tube opening there, this truck's gonna be about 22.5 inches. So that's a difference of 4 inches. So if we adjust our ball mount to have a 4-inch drop, we should be right where we need it to be to pull everything correctly. This is gonna work with 2-inch by 2-inch hitches, which is pretty standard. And I do like that it has 2 pinholes here, so you can kind of adjust it how you want depending on your trailer hitch or your trailer. So these are gonna be 5/8 in diameter. So you can either have it a little bit further out, like that, which is probably how I would use it, or you can bump it up even further, whatever you choose. I do want to mention though, this does not come included with a pin and clip. If you need one, not a big deal. You can always grab it here at eTrailer. And honestly, if you plan on leaving this on for any amount of time to help protect your investment, you can always pick up a locking hitch pin. That way it'll secure the ball mount to your vehicle and you won't have to worry about someone coming up and running off with it. The ball mount will also work with the larger 2.5 by 2.5 inch receiver tube openings if you use an adapter sleeve. So if you end up getting a new truck in the future or whatever and it has that size hitch, your ball mount will be able to work with it as well. You're not going to have a useless ball mount that you can't use anymore because the hitch size is different. You'll just have to grab an adapter sleeve, which carry a ton of those here. And we are going to have 2 different size balls on this as well. And if you go to flip it over when you make your adjustments, there's just going to be a pin and clip here. And one thing I noticed about this one, it's super easy to make adjustments. It slides up really well. When you find that spot you're trying to go, you just put the pin and clip through. Some of the other ones I've ran into, they're super notchy and kind of a pain to make that adjustment, So good to see this one is super smooth and works like you'd expect it to. So one ball size will be 2 inches, which is very typical for a lot of smaller, medium-sized trailers. You get some larger ones. Then you have the 2 5/16 ball, which you see this a lot on larger, heavier duty trailers, campers, things of that nature. So a couple of choices there, and whatever you need to tow, the ball mount will get you going here. I figured to back the truck up and get some weight on that ball mount and see how it does. Looks like it's handling it well, as to be expected. Let it just down. Yeah, everything hooked up really nice actually. I do want to mention this is going to have a 1,500 pound maximum gross tongue weight rating. So that's going to be the amount of weight pushing down on it. It's a pretty high number. I do want to say though, you never want to exceed what your hitch is rated for. So if your hitch's maximum gross tongue weight rating is less than that, let's just say 800 pounds, for example, you never want to exceed that number. If you're using the 2-inch ball, like the position we have it in right now, the gross trailer weight rating is going to be 8,000 pounds. And if you're using the 2 5/16 ball, the weight rating is going to be up to 10,000 pounds. But the same rule applies, you know. You never want to exceed the hitch or your vehicle's maximum gross weight rating. It is going to be made from aluminum, so it's really lightweight, manageable to put in the hitch or take out. And you're not going to have to worry about corrosion issues or anything like that, chewing it up. And I think it looks super cool. You know, it has that polished finish. I think it looks awesome. The actual balls are made from steel though, so pretty standard there. There's a zinc coating on them to help keep them in good shape. You know, I'd be lying to you though, over time, after you use this for so long, and this holds true pretty much any trailer hitch ball, will start to show some wear, get a little chewed up. And, you know, if that's bothering you or it's just, you know, really wore out, these are interchangeable too. So you are able to replace these if you ever need to. Compared to some of the other adjustable ball mounts out there, one of the things I noticed with this one is the simplicity of it, which I like, being that it has one pin you got to pull out to make your adjustment. It really speeds things up. And I talked about too, it's not notchy feeling. A lot of the other ones have several pins that you have to pull out, maneuver around, get it where you need to go. You know, not a huge deal, but you know, the more simple the better, at least in my opinion. So that's one of the things I noticed with it, and one of the things I really like. And aside from that, you know, this is going to be made in the USA, which you don't see too often anymore. So definitely good there. And you know, at the end of the day, it's going to be a good solution for a lot of you out there that tow multiple different types of trailers with, you know, some that ride better a little bit higher, some that ride better a little lower, ones with different size balls. You know, you can put this on different tow vehicles. It's going to cover the majority of your situation. So if you're looking for an adjustable ball mount, this is definitely one that you really can't go wrong with. And that'll finish up our look at of the Andersen Rapid Hitch aluminum adjustable ball mount.